Hello, so this is a short video explaining how to change the heating element on a Cookworks Breadmaker. There's no model number, so presumably Cookworks only make the one. Now the problem I had with this particular bread maker was that it would mix the dough and allow the dough to rise, but when the program then switched to cook, it tripped the circuit breaker on my circuit board, which suggested that the heating element was shorting on the higher currents required to actually cook the bread. So I decided to try and change the heating element. You can see it here. When you remove the cooking bowl, you can see the motor at the bottom there, and this is the heating element here. The heating element is retained by two clamps, one here. Now this one has a captive bolt on the top which fixes the clamp to this little insulating block, and then underneath it has sorry, it's the other way around. It has a captive bolt underneath, and it has a bolt that goes, a tiny bolt that goes through the insulation and through to the back of this. So it was impossible to remove this screw without taking this panel out, which I didn't want to do. So what I did was to unscrew the captive screw underneath here and just bend that bracket up. I just bent it, and that enabled me to move the heating element out of place. Now the other retaining bracket for the heating element is, whoops, sorry about that, this little screw in here. Now you can see I've put the nut side out, but from the factory you'll find that there is a screw head there, and there's a little nut on the other side of the screw. But in order to get to the nut, you've got to remove the control panel here and get your hand down the back there with a pair of pliers so that you can unscrew that screw and remove the heating element. So to unscrew the control panel, you have to remove these four little plastic plugs. There are four retaining screws. Remove the plastic plugs and then unscrew the screws, and you'll find that this top piece here will come out. I had difficulty removing this plastic plug, so I had to drill a hole in it and then just lever it out. But when you do that, when you remove that, you'll find you can get your hand down here with a pair of screwdriver pliers that will enable you to unscrew or hold the nut whilst you unscrew the screw here. You can see that when I reassembled it, I put a longer screw and I put it through the other way around so that I was able to tighten this with a pair of pliers from my side, from this side. When you remove that screw, the heating element comes loose. You'll find there are two electrical connections on the end of it, so you just slip them off, put the new heating element in and reassemble it, and hey presto, it works fine. Here's a loaf of bread that I just cooked yesterday. It's working brilliantly. So in my case, I was very fortunate. It was indeed the heating element. Now the only other issue to mention is that I could not find a replacement heating element under the Cookworks brand on the internet. There was nothing registered, but I was very fortunate in looking through the photographs of all the heating elements. I noticed there was only one that had this sort of little kink in it here, this little curvature. All the other heating elements have got straight sides exactly like this, but there's only one that had the little kink in it there. So I took the risk and bought that, and hey presto, it's the right one. And that one is this item here. It turns out to be a Russell Hobbs 23620 compact fast bread making heating element, and you can just see the little distinctive kink in it there. That's what enabled me to identify it as the correct one, or at least it works in my machine and it is identical to the one that came out. So here's the eBay item number and the eBay ID of the seller. So that's the item that you're looking for if you need to replace your heating element. So good luck. I hope you're able to salvage your bread maker, save you having to throw it away. Good luck. Bye bye.